Om Stapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha Yathagner dahika shakti Ramakrishne stita hiya Sarva vidya swarupam tam Sharadam pranamamyaham Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Surai Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamini Tapaharini. I will begin with one of the Vedic hymns called Medha Sukta. It is from Yajurveda. You all know about perhaps Hinduism, in which there are two major divisions in scriptures. One is Vedas, other is Tantras. It is just like science and technology. It's exactly terminology also we use in Sanskrit. For Tantra is for technology is Tantra, and for science as Veda, knowledge. Vedas give us the direct knowledge of the reality. Just like the gravitation of Earth is 980 centimeters per second square, or petrol burns and it gives a gram gives an energy of 100 Celsius. Like that, that is the thing what science gives. Same thing Veda tells about the whole existence. We have two existences in which we live, the relative existence and the beyond, which is perceptible to senses and mind can conceive it and intellect can discern. But beyond that is imperceptible. Even within the universe, how much do we know? Senses are so limited. A small, insignificant part of the physical world we are able to understand. What to speak of the beyond senses and mind. So the whole existence, the absolute existence and the relative existence and individual existence. What am I? What is this universe? What is beyond? Is being given by Vedas. How to utilize to make our life happy and free from suffering and bondage is taught by the Tantras. Tantra. It is exactly like science and technology. The petrol burns and we get 100 calories per gram. Is how to utilize that petrol to make a car or something like that is taught by the technology. So we have two, and all other divisions come under below that. So in Vedas, there are four divisions. One is Samhita, which becomes the hymns part. The second is ritualistic part. The third is Arenaka. It is when the duties of life are finished, they go to the forest area and contemplate and higher truths. Whatever they did externally ritualistic, its meaning was given behind. What for you are doing? What is this? Suppose I am doing achamana, purification. What purification is it? 3 times I am sipping. The 3 bodies we have, gross, subtle and causal. So this will be taught. And this throughout the life he practices ritualistic worship and all that. Then he enters into upasana state wherein he contemplates on the realities. What did I do all this time? And from there he gets the essence of the beyond. And last part is Upanishad. What is the reality? How did you reach that transcendental? How did you transcend the nature and go beyond? That part is Upanishad, which tells about the reality. The whole thing is Vedas. And I am taking for this Yajurveda, and it is from the Aranyaka, Taittiriya Aranyaka it's called. When we practice it, Aranya, in the forest, after finishing the duties of life, we enter into solitude and we do that. So this is the thing. And what I am going to chant now is Medha Sukta. Medha is what we call a kind of intellect, rather. An intellect has many phases of working. Normal intellect we use is mechanical working of the brain. And behind the working of the brain, there is a power which is making it work. Brain works with a power behind, just like any instrument or anything, there must be a conscious power behind to make the brain work also. This power behind, independent of the mechanical working of the brain, is awakened. It's called Medha. Medha is power of comprehension. Suppose I read a scripture of any religion for that matter. What is the intended meaning? I tell something, I intend something, and words cannot reveal what is beyond. And when we relate, what is taught is not always what is understood by the students. Because teacher tells from his standard, student understands from his standard. So there is a difference. So what the realized soul tells us through the words, we may not be able to understand what he intended to say about. It is like a blind man hearing something about light and colors and all from a person who has the eyes. He will have his own, because he doesn't have sight which reveals it. Till his sight awakens, all will be something. So when he hears about light and he conceives something which doesn't tally with the reality. So scriptures, when we read, we don't understand the inner meaning. So two types of intellect is necessary for us to understand. Is one Medha, which is power of comprehension, power of retention, and power of application. And the other part is intuitive understanding. This is Medha. Another is Dhi, Dhiyo yana prachodayat, Dhi. Dhi is a highly refined intellect that can penetrate into the nature and try to know the beyond. I can see bodily existence of people, but I cannot see the spiritual existence there. I cannot see the divine unless as long as I am body, I can see only bodies. Suppose I am spiritually awakened, I can see the spiritual existence of you independent of body also. So this, how to go within. So this Medha is what is where the moment I read something in scriptures, oh, this is the intended meaning. At a time, I must get the revelation in my mind, and I must be able to retain it and utilize in my life. So that is the Medha. And when I am trying to do some spiritual practices, the steps that I have to go, that cannot be taught by anything. It has to come from within. And this coming from within, we call the intuitive power. The whole thing is Medha. When the child is born in Hinduism, among Hindus, they are supposed to sit outside and chant this Medha Sukta. And when we enter into new life of brahmacharya, the novice, after renouncing the first Agni Sakshi, we are going to take the vows before that Medha Sukta is chanted. And before sannyasa, we are going to take the vows in presence of fire. And before that, starting, we chant this Medha Sukta. So that Medha Sukta I am going to chant now. Om Medha Devi Jushamana na agaat Vishwaji Bhadra Sumanasya Mana Tvaya Jushta Nudamana Duruktaan Brahatvadema Vidate Suvira Aha Tvaya Jushtarshir Bhavati Devi Tvaya Brahma Gata Shri Rutatvaya Tvaya Jushtas Chitram Vindate Vasusano Jushasvadravino Namedhe Medham Maindro Dadatu Medham Devi Saraswati Medham Me Ashvina Ubhavadattam Pushkarasraja Apsarasu Chaya Medha Gandharveshu Chayanmana Devi Medha Saraswati Sama Medha Surabhirjushata Gaswaha Ama Medha Surabhir Vishwarupa Hiranyavarna Jagati Jagamya Urjaswati Payasa Pinvamana Sama Medha Supratika Jushanta. This is Medha Sukta. This is meant to awaken non-mechanical function of the brain. This is we chant. That is a power of intuitive awakening. Another is Gayatri. Dhiyo yona prachodaya. Om tatsa vidurbare enyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yona prachodayat. This is spiritual awakening. I am physically awake and spiritually I am sleeping lives after lives. Can I spiritually awaken and understand myself, my existence independent of bodily existence? That is the awakening of the higher intellect. So these are two essential factors in Hinduism. To awaken the Medha, to comprehend anything, and to transcend the nature, to penetrate into nature and know beyond. The whole Hinduism is based on these two principles, experience and give it to the world. And till I experience, I can't tell the reality what it is. So everyone is made to go through the whole procedure of sadhana, spiritual life. See, in everyone there is animalhood, humanhood, and divinehood. Animalhood has to be destroyed within us. Humanhood also, we have to go beyond, transcend humanhood, and manifest our inner divinity. If you walk, it must be divine. If you talk, it must be divine. If you move about, it must be divine. So how do you manifest that inner divinity? What do we mean by spirituality? Spiritual and material matter. Till I am spiritually awakened, I am matter only, bodily existence. I have come to this earth and nature has provided me a human body to transcend in nature and go beyond. And it can be done only in human existence. Millions of species are there. Only man can transcend the nature and go beyond. When we utilize the nature for our comforts, our living, our enjoyments, we go spiritually up to the religion level. When we transcend the nature, we enter the realm of divine spirit. Utilizing the nature will be at the level of spirituality, religion. Utilizing nature is different from transcending and going beyond. Transcending nature, we enter into the realm of divine, the spirit, spiritual world. It's an entirely different world. In spirituality and divinity, all differences dissolve. All religions are standing on spirituality, and they are different where we are. From there, it leads us again to the peak spirituality. When I reach the ultimate goal of all religions, I see all religions are same. They are just like I'm climbing from one side. I've climbed over the mountain, and I'm seeing others are climbing from different to the same place. After coming to Sri Ramakrishna, who passed through all the denominations of Hinduism, being an inner follower, Shakta, Shaiva, Vaishnava, Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishtadvaita, all the 14 tantras, whatever denomination is there in Hinduism, he practiced individually and told one reality we are calling by. He went to the other religions, practiced Islam, Christianity, and all. Yes, I practice that also. How the religious understanding, after coming to Sri Ramakrishna, I feel I accept everything, world as it is, and I want the varieties to remain. It is like a beautiful flower. I'm trying to, Sri Ramakrishna is to say, oh, why should I experience God in one form, one way? I want to experience God in every possible way. From the ancient times, whoever have experienced as humans, God in whatever form, I want to experience that. And he put seal of validity on all religions, all paths to God. So this, when we first heard, when we were still brahmacharis, the sages of the ancient Hindu tradition and even other Eastern religions and like Buddha and all, they go to the ultimate level through the sadhana. And when they reach the ultimate goal, when they come down, joyfully they sing. In Upanishads, there is a beautiful expression we use for Swami Vinayakanandaji that one. Vedahametam purusham mahantam adityavarnam tamasah parastat tameva viditva atimrityumeti nanyah pantha vidyate anaya uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata. He finished his enlightenment, coming down, just like Buddha coming down, he says, the doors of the heaven have set asunder, open. We have faith, release your faith and climb. Like that, this sage in the Vedas we see, he, after transcending the nature and entering the realm eternal, he says, I have known that. Vedahametam. Purush, that great being, I have realized. I have come down to give you the message. Vedameda Purusham Mahantam, that great existence I have known. Purusham Mahantam, Aditya Varnam, it is like shining daylight. That reality is as true, more true, just like we are waking up from dream. Oh, that was all dream. From here, when you wake up to spiritual world, you go, oh, that was all dream. When you come back, you'll see a divine world here. The world of attachments, likes and dislikes, what I was seeing disappears. Differences dissolve away. One reality manifests. Just like after waking up, one mind was there as the whole dream world. There was no varieties at all. It was one mind. The whole world of dream world was one mind. Like that, when you come down, you see, oh, it was all one God. Many things were there. I have seen. Because of my identification with body, I was looking. Because of my identification with the dream body, I was seeing a dream world. When I woke up, the dream dissociated from dream world, that was not there. Dissociated from this body. Now when I come back, I will sit like sitting in a car, independent of this bodily existence. So this is now, just to, after this, in Upanishads in those days, Ekam Sad Vipra Bahuda Vadanti. There is one reality. Many people call in many ways, and different paths lead to the same one reality. Thakur gives, Sri Ramakrishna gives one beautiful example. There is a pond. There is water in it. There are various people coming from different corners and taking the same water. And one Englishman comes and he calls it water. And the other man comes to the same pond and he says, Jala. He is Hindu. He Kannada, Bengali speaking, or any Indian language speaking. Another comes, he calls it aqua. Different names he is calling the same reality. So, ekam sad vipra bahuda vadanti. This we had heard from our childhood days, to accept the world as it is and to accept all things going on, because God is ruling it. Don't try to change anything, but change yourself to reach that. That Veda Medam Purusham Mahantam Aditya Varnam tamas beyond the ignorance. Tamas aparastha tameva viditva atim. By realizing that alone, you'll be transcending the death and entering into world of immortality. How can I be immortal? I die one day. Don't I? Yes. As long as we are bodies. When our awareness shifts from body to something else, every day, nature, how does nature take you? Look at the sleep, how you are entering into sleep. The moment you sleep, you are totally detached from the bodily existence. Every day we experience it. The body is there, lying somewhere. I am not aware of it. I have entered another level of consciousness, another dimension unrelated to my body, physical body, unrelated to this physical world. Nature is taking me beyond. Every day, separating from body and showing you are not this body. Look, nothing of this world exists as yours. Then I enter the dream world. From there, again she takes us still deeper to the dream state where there is no time and space also. I enter into deep sleep where I don't know whether I exist or not. To that extent, she takes us. Every day we experience. And till we are awake, we are independent of body. And while waking up, I say, oh, I am this body again. So much identification. like leaving the clutch in the vehicle when the engine is running. Engine alone was running, now body also starts running. Body and engine becomes one. Like that, the soul and body becomes one with the waking up. This is the one important proof that I have an existence independent of body. Every day nature takes us. Look at yourself, who you are. Why are you identifying with this body? And why are you keeping this world? The same thing. Can you turn inward and consciously enter the same place where you went to the deep sleep and know yourself? Yes, that is what we call meditation. Meditation is where we turn inward the same way. Nature takes us, makes us withdraw our, I am conscious now. This consciousness, individual consciousness, is made to withdraw. Nature takes me, like closing my eyes and taking somewhere, she takes me. I don't understand who is taking me, where she is taking me. But she takes me and goes to the core. I have three bodies, gross body, physical body, and subtle body, mind and senses. And then the causal body, where my knowledge, understanding everything enters into seed form and remains there. Gross body, sthula sharira, sukshma sharira, subtle body, and causal body, karana sharira. These three layers, three bodies we possess. So I am made to withdraw from the gross physical. This is exactly like our computer. Hardware, software, and memory unit or hard disk, where all my knowledge, identity, everything goes and stays, and leaving all this, they pertain to the nature. I'm not that. Leaving all the three bodies pertaining to waking state, dreaming state, and deep sleep, I enter. My individual consciousness expands in the universal consciousness. And again, my karmic load is there. I have to experience the joys and sorrows of life. I have attachments. I have ambitions. All that call me back. Come, come. I again shrink back, and nature brings me, projects out to the waking state again. So we have three bodies pertaining to the three states: waking, dreaming, and deep sleep. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushupti. Three states of three levels of consciousness. We can go to the higher levels of consciousness also. That is called superconscious state, which is more real than this world and my existence in this world. From there, higher and higher levels of consciousness are there that can be experienced only through meditation. This is where, see, the little self has to be destroyed. The self which we are holding on to in waking state, that self has to be destroyed. We follow 4 yogas. In Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. In path of devotion, we self-surrender. I surrender to God. And this becomes the self-surrender. Self is surrender. In Jnana Yoga, self-knowledge. Who am I? The self is destroyed. The little self is destroyed. Real self shines forth. Jnana Yoga. Then there is Karma Yoga. Self-sacrifice for the welfare of others. I sacrifice myself. Self-sacrifice. And in Raja Yoga, the self-control. The path of devotion, path of knowledge, path of service, and path of the self-control, meditation we call, the inward turning, transcending. So this little self has to be destroyed so that real self shines forth. This real, our ego itself is shielding our knowledge of myself. So just like when I pervade all the three bodies, gross, subtle, and causal, I'm in waking state. Withdraw from the physical body, you enter into dream state. You are pervading subtle and causal. Withdraw from the subtle body, mind and senses also, because mind and senses are there, dream is there. World is not there, dream is there. Mind and senses also, you leave and come away, just like you leave the physical body, you leave the mind and senses, then you enter into deep sleep. And there, your knowledge, your identity, everything becomes seed form, like you have put the songs in pen drive. All your knowledge remains there. Leaving that, because all these three bodies pertain to nature. My existence is pure spiritual existence, independent of all that. That I will know only when I turn inward and dive within and reach that innermost self. The subjective ultimate is the real self. This is imperishable, eternal. Body will die away, but I am not going to die. If I know who am I. Otherwise, if I remain identified with body, with the fall of the body, I feel I am also dead. But even if a single desire remains at the time of death, I am bound to take another body to exhaust that force which is still there, until all forces are quenched, when I will know myself really. Nature takes every responsibility. See, even birth in the womb, there is neither participation of mother or the child. It's growing beautifully. Nature is bringing up. When I birth and after, when I eat, hunger is natural. When I eat, the digestion, I don't know how to digest. Digestion, breaking down the food, hydrochloric acid, everything is done by nature. Absorption, taking the nutrition and oxygen to every cell, feeding there, and bringing out the waste from every cell and throwing it away. Everything nature is doing. I can't control my pancreas or liver or anything. I don't know. Nature is doing everything. A cut, she heals. So nature, what is this nature? Our body is nature, our mind is nature, senses are nature. When we turn inward and start going within, first layer is body, physical body. Transcending physical body, just like we enter into sleep, the moment I transcend in meditation, transcend the physical body, I forget the world and my body. I am fully conscious of the inner world. I am entering, diving within and going within. I am seeing the light of the dim light of the Atman, like I am seeing the sunshine here as the dim light of the sun. Then I enter into the first layer, bodily existence, then the senses. So senses, physical, this sense perception senses and organs of action, I transcend. Then the senses I transcend, I can't know the sound people talking around also. When I transcend the physical body, I still hear the sound, people talking and all, but I don't know how far I am. But when I transcend the senses, I don't even know people are moving about. I'm fully attentive in the inner world. Then I enter into the behind senses remains the mind, the sheath of mind. I feel so much expanded and so much light. Like cotton, like air, I expand. And there I see a world entirely different. To transcend mind and go beyond is most difficult part. Almost next to impossible. Not impossible, but we do. And this transcendence of mind and entering into the next sheath where knowledge is stored in collective as the integrated knowledge is called Vijnanamaya Kosha, Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, we are crossing, and Vijnanamaya, the fourth sheath. Entering this is called spiritual awakening. First time you see the light of the Atman there, till then we don't see. Just like you are within, you are getting some light of the sun. When you go out and see, you are in the sunshine. That is the fourth. Then comes the next layer, the Anandamaya Kosha. In here we get the form of gods and goddesses whom you want to see, because in the realm of matter alone you can have the form with form. And only in here alone you can see God with form. Whatever form you want to see. You want to see Christ? Yes, He is there. One substance, just like water. Whatever pot you put, it takes the shape of the pot. Your mind wants to see in that form. The consciousness, the Chaitanya appears in that form, what you want. And then it will reveal its own real nature. When I was Christ, when I was Krishna, how I looked, do you know? This was your imagination. Look at me now. I am this. Then you will understand. It's universal consciousness. It is appearing. It is inside. Is the like bay. We are in the bay. So ocean water has entered into land. The Absolute has entered into our existence there. There you can see the Absolute appearing. This is called heart of man. The heart. We have three hearts. Physical heart which pumps blood. Feeling hearts where I feel lonely or somebody is suffering. I feel, that is feeling heart. And then there is spiritual heart. My existence. Pure existence. This is our spiritual heart. So there we see the Lord's form. It is just like you are transcending, you are entering into, passing through the waking state to dream state, and we are crossing the dream state and entering the deep sleep. Consciously you are entering to see the form there. From there we go to the formless aspect of God. We enter the 10th door of the body and pass. When we enter the depths, last we enter into the infinity. One absolute existence. Just like this is microcosm. Universe is macrocosm. They are built on the same principle. Microcosm and macrocosm. Just like I enter into deep sleep every day and wake up, the whole universe goes back to causal form and again reappears cyclically. As long as we are not awakened to we have not entered into the transcendental realm, we have only one birth we can know, and only one cycle of the nature, because we can't see the beyond. When you go beyond and see, oh, it's a cyclic process. Birth and death is a cyclic process till you get the self-knowledge. Oh, the universe is coming and going is a cyclic, unending cyclic process. Just like in earth, we are on the earth, and what do we see? We see a sun moving around the earth. We never see earth moving around the sun. Till you go beyond the solar system and look at till then, we know that it's not sun moving around the earth, but earth is moving around the sun. But morning getting up, I see the sun moving, not earth moving around the sun. Like that, you see only one birth and one cycle. When you go beyond and see, oh, it is not sun moving around the sun, earth, but it's earth moving around the sun. Clearly you see earth moving around the sun. Like that we see clearly. From birth to death we see. Death to birth we don't see. The whole universe, everything is going in cyclic order. See the rain falling, water flowing, becoming cloud, going and again, seed and tree, egg and hen, everything is, so the whole universe in which it appears, in which it disappears with all beings, dissolves, like I dissolve. When I dissolve, my body belongs to nature, I live and I dissolve. When nature dissolves into its cause back periodically, it takes millions and millions of years to come to the optimum level again, shrink back, millions of years. And this cycle, when it dissolves, the matter also dissolves. Matter becomes energy and dissolves back. It's called the nature, energy and matter are interconvertible, is equal to mc square. It dissolves. It becomes energy, dissolves in the absolute. Just like I be one with the universal consciousness. Universal consciousness with the universe become one with the absolute consciousness. That we call Brahman, the absolute existence. That is the impersonal God of the Hindus, in which the universe with all beings appear and disappear. So this is the absolute. Now, from that absolute, that divine, that Chaitanya, this universe has come. And can this be a false entity? For can the real give birth to false things? No. It is also same thing. But identification with body makes me see the world different from me and multiplicity I am seeing. When I transcend this, I see again, my existence, if I can raise to the cosmic level, I see oneness. The expansion. Yoga is uniting myself. Yoga means uniting. Yoga means uniting. What am I uniting with? I am uniting with the rest of the universe. I have identified myself only with bodily existence. Only with my bodily existence. The rest of the universe I am not. Can I identify with the rest of the universe? Expand myself? This is yoga. Expansion. We have three existences: mind, heart, and awareness. My mind expanding to be one with nature. I start loving nature. I expand myself to be one with nature. I expand my heart to be one with all beings. I love everyone. With absolute equanimity. No mine, yours, good, bad, this and that, racial difference, no differences. I love everyone. Then my heart expands to the universal level. My mind expands to the universal level. And my awareness, can I be aware of the divine, which pervades the entire universe and gives existence to that? Yes. I go on contemplating on that God who pervades everything, who is in everyone as the indweller. When I go on concentrating, my awareness is one with the cosmic, my mind is one with I see the whole universe dissolves into one homogeneous, seamless existence. When I raise the microcosm merging in the macrocosm, this is the ultimate. When you become one with the cosmos, you can peep beyond and see what is beyond. Just like when you turn inward and start diving, you can see what is beyond me within. That infinite. Objective ultimate is Brahman. Subjective ultimate we call Atman. It is same reality. I am going from back door and seeing the same infinite space. I am going from the front door and seeing the same infinite space. So objective ultimate and subjective ultimate. This is the yoga process that we adopt. To turn inward is most difficult. You try to meditate, you can't. Because mind is attached to one thing is external world. Can we cultivate dispassion towards the world? What is this dispassion? To do all the duties of life, to love and serve everyone without attachments. Just no attachment, but you are doing all your duties, loving all people, serving all people, without any expectations, no demands, no preferences. Then this is called dispassion towards the world. It is not detachment, it is dispassion. You are serving, you are one with all, but not attached. With freedom you are serving. Can you keep this body pure and unstained in the world? Do you keep this body for serving others and for sake of God? Then you are detached from the body. And the third thing I have to get detached is from my ego. I utilize my ego to serve all without any differences, only out of love. The love the saints gave, the prophets gave to the world. With that love, unconditional love, whatever you are, I love you, irrespective of all the other things. That love, if I can give, then I serve others, being a servant of all. Then I am free from my ego, free from my body, free from the world which is holding me. I can freely turn inward and start diving within. I can sink within to reach my own existence. So this is the process of yoga that we speak about. And this is what we see in Hinduism. Most important part of our thing is how to transcend this nature and go. We are part of nature and identify only in waking state with this body and calling myself this body. And can you remain independent of body? How? This is called Jivan Mukta Avastha. When you come back after enlightenment, stay in the same body, make the same body as the center of your working. You are not body. You have known yourself independent of body, but making that body your center of working in the world. You are free. You are universal. You are pervading everybody. You are all pervading. You are one with God. You are one with nature. You are one with all beings. That is a state of enlightenment. I am alive in the body to realize myself, to realize it. Now, the universe, which has come from the Absolute, its manifestation is also the same reality, and we call this an immanent aspect of God. God is immanent in it. That is transcendental aspect. This is immanent. God is immanent, pervading everything, and it becomes the universe. Another thing is, He is indwelling in all beings. Can I see God in you? Can I see God in you? Because I have not known God within me, till then I cannot see. The day you see God within you, you'll be able to see God in all. This is another aspect of God. You see God in everyone. Then God coming down and taking human form or any form for the purpose of where it is necessary, He can individually give you a vision. Because I cannot enter there, He can come to us. This is called the avatara, vision of God. Many people get the vision of God. And they become totally purified, and universal love they start developing. This appearance of God, the body and mind must be absolutely pure. It must attack the stains of the world, The attachment to the world have gone away. You have become one with all. Then you can have, because it is spirit becoming matter is not a difficult thing. Your love, do you love God as your own self? Just like now, here humidity is there. It is invisible. Cool it, it becomes fog, you can see. Love cools down, this all-pervading, to take form, you can see. Still cool, it becomes mist. Still cool, it becomes water. Still cool, it becomes ice. The unseen is becoming ice. Like God takes form for your sake, or for the whole universe to re-establish. All these prophets are the manifestations of that one reality. All the prophets of all great religions from ancient, many civilizations came and disappeared, glittered and disappeared, some leaving behind some marks, some without leaving, they have disappeared. Each had a prophet, each had beautiful religions, beautiful way of seeing God, beautiful paths we passed through without experiencing that. And we can, anybody has realized God in any form, we can realize it. We are also human, same divine being within. So this aspect of God, because of excess love, you see, the manifest and unmanifest, two aspects of God. Now I speak in a cell phone, it is manifest, sound is manifest. The cell phone is converted into unmanifest. Unmanifest is all-pervading. Manifest is localized. My sound is converted into all-pervading and reaches another place, far-off place, because it is all-pervading. He has a mobile. He can catch that. It is again manifesting. The manifesting becomes unmanifest and manifests again in his cell phone that he can hear. Like that, God manifests. All the TV channels are here simultaneously. In your TV set, it manifests. In your heart, it can manifest. In your presence, this is called avatara. So God can be realized as transcendental reality, as immanent reality, as the indweller in all beings, as the Lord of the universe governing, and as the avatara, incarnation of God. So 5 ways we can realize God. Each one religion is holding to one of these. It's a beautiful thing to know about God through various paths and various ways. After coming to Sri Ramakrishna's feet, I feel I am the indweller of all religions. I want to know every religion being an insider, not as an outsider anymore. I can. Because same God, same different paths only. If you know one vehicle driving, you can know all vehicles driving. New vehicle, new way may come. It's not. So one path, through one path, if you realize, all paths are open to you. All right, anything else? Time is over, I think, no? Any question or is there? Just a glimpse of Hinduism as we enter, and the temple concept and all this is wonderful. How the unmanifest manifests through that image. Like somebody speaking somewhere, I hear through the small mobile. It manifests in the image. Those who have faith, faith is the password for you. Love is the password. Can you put this password? It opens. Yes.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, everyone. So now we'll open the floor for any questions. You can stand and ask your question to Maharaj. Yes, please.
Yes.
Very enlightening. It's so many things. I mean, many of things I heard it here, there, but I have to go back and contemplate all of them and put together. So really, thank you very much for educating us.
Yes.
Now, I don't have a specific question, but I just want to share that I'm an author of the book Interfaith Marriage and have guided some 1,200 youths in Hindu marrying to Muslim, want to marry Christian, want to marry Jew, want to marry Sikh or something like that. I wish they follow what you are teaching, that ultimately it's saying it's just a different cell phone kind you are holding to reach out. And yes, different kind of cell phone you are using to reach out to. So it would be great somehow if you can go and teach those people who are in interfaith love relationship or interfaith leaders that don't get bogged down in small little things, focus on the big things, then this world will be so beautiful for all those who are in interfaith love relationship. Just a suggestion.
The thing is, one thing I want to make, the world, the awareness of the people are expanding unlimitedly because of the communication, fast communication and the news media. It is expanding. Everybody is aware of everything almost like that. And mobile phone, you get almost all information you need. So we have to expand. Times are changing, trends are changing, the awarenesses are changing. We have to move with the world. We have to move with the world. We have to pace with the world. We have to change with the times, but retaining the spirituality, spiritual identity. Till we cross the limitations of religion and enter the world of spirituality, we find it difficult. Then whom I call as God is Allah of the Muslim, the Christ or the Father in the heaven of the Christian, and all other religions are that awareness, that clear understanding must be an experience. The married life is two waves moving at a different phase difference, with phase difference. Husband and wife, they are moving with phase difference, like two waves in an ocean. The struggle is to come to the same wavelength and move together. The movement together becomes then only the two waves becoming together and moving. This can happen only when we reach the spiritual. I saw one couple in India, in Madhya Pradesh. Husband and wife, after getting married, one mind, one awareness, one thought. They loved each other, and their center of on what platform you are standing and loving each other. They got a guru, the Divine Life Society. From Divine Life Society, Chidananda was there. He was their guru. And he guided them in Upanishads and all the spiritual awarenesses. They started a spiritual life, and from the day they married, they were together. One will be preparing coffee, another will be preparing tiffin. Noon food they will be preparing together, eat together. From the office, he will ring up every hour and ask, how are you? What are you doing? And that much of oneness. Going to shopping together, after morning worship, doing together. They had their own shrines and cooking together, living together, sleeping together. When I saw they were in their 80s, I used to go them to speak to them in spiritual world because they spent their life dedicated to standing on the spiritual platform together. Because this is the only platform where we become really one. And then one day he collapsed. He asked to bring tea to his wife. I was still there in that world. And he fell down. By the time the grandson was there, he shouted, "Grandpa has fallen down." And the wife came and saw, he's dead. Bring it up to your father, that boy's father, her son. They called. He came within 3 minutes. He was nearby in a library. He was working as a general social server. And he came and saw father. She went to her shrine. She bowed down. She went to her husband's shrine. In the same room, they have got 2 shrines separate to do worship independently. She bowed down and came and bowed down to husband's feet and left her body there. Both were cremated on the same pyre. This is oneness. This is oneness. My father, at the age of 98 or so, or nearly 90, he left his body. I was not there. On the day he left his body, he had arranged for his death, spreading the darba grass in the shrine, came, took the coffee, took bath, changed his clothes untimely. Mother was wondering, what is this? Where are you going? They had taken bath in the morning. Then he went, he told, leave the cup there, you come with me. He took in front of the shrine and made her to sit and offered, the wife you gave to me so many years back, I'm returning to you. She has not spent a single tear in her life because of me. He is telling to God, in front of God. She might have wept for anything, but I was not responsible for a single tear in her life. This is life. We want life. People say, I love you. Where do you love? You love yourself. For your sake, you have kept your family. You are not there for family. So that is love. That is sacrifice. That life we want now. That is marriage. In spirituality and divinity, all differences, religious differences, linguistic differences, professional differences, whatever difference is there, man, woman, gender differences, all dissolved at one place. That is what we worship as God. And when we hold on to God, where can we find any difference at all? We are one at all times. We are divine, we shall be divine. All right? Deep significance of marriage. It is wonderful. You cannot imagine the depths of marriage and purpose of marriage. Marriage is the highest evolved state of human existence. It is not a play. It is a great sacrifice. I can no more go without telling. Formerly in the house I can tell and go. Now to ask and go. Can I go? That much of responsibility. And responsibility of society. What are you going to give to the society? What are you going to give to the humanity? Something legacy you have to leave and go. That is life.
So we have one more question there, Maharaj.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the lecture. Okay. My question is, how do you connect with your childhood? You know, when you come to this world, you are given a certain character, you have deficiencies, you have capabilities. And during the first 10, 15 years of your life, you get this significant impact from your family and from your environment. And your adulthood, you realize yourself, but it's at that time you have some identity, and whatever you have at that time keeps with you. But how do you analyze it? Like, who's that child? Where did this, who's your original self when you come to this world, and what happened to you after that?
Yes, I understand now. See, when a child is born, only 20% of the traits of the parents he inherits. 20% of the traits from parents he inherits. 80% is the software he brings from the past life. What was his tendencies, past tendencies? Before, that's the difference. The difference in at the time of birth. Some are born blind. Some are born. Is nature partial? That it must make one person blind and one person make happy throughout the life, another one suffering? No, it cannot be. We are in the world of limited by time, space, and causation. Causation is there. Behind everything happening, there is a definite and clear cause behind it. If I am born like this, there must be a cause. Even Stone Age, when we say, Swami Vivekananda says, if Stone Age was there, there must have been a highly evolved state of human existence which has involved, just like a tree involves itself in a seed, and again seed comes up with a new tree. The civilization come up again from the Stone Age, because highly evolved state was there, which has got involved into a primitive man again. Like that, we have a past. There's a difference in present. That 80%, the parents' responsibility is to watch every sight of the child, every action of the child, every feelings that it expresses, to watch, and any negativity is there he has brought, eliminate that and preserve the positivity in it. Add positivity. Give them the right understanding of the world, right understanding of themselves. If that is not done, the influence of the external world captures them. It is from the birth, prior to birth, we have to take care that as a parent, what traits my child is going to acquire. Usually in Hinduism, 48 days they observe solitude. Husband and wife go together to a temple place or an ashrama, stay there with spiritual practices, austerities, that I must get a divine child who is light to the world, who can love all, who can develop the universal love. We did not do. How to get a child, divine child, how to give birth to a divine child? We must know that before marriage, if anybody consult the knower of this, I will try to send to you the art of parenting sometime. It's a beautiful thing to give birth to a child who is light to the world, who wants to love this world and serve without any differences. What a great thing, you see. So this positivity, my parents did not speak to us anything about the world or relatives. They never commented on political or individual lives. They used to explain, one child is weeping, they will tell why that child is weeping. Look at the samskaras. What is acquired? what is its influence on itself, and what is its influence on the world, parents, how parents are getting affected, how the neighbors are getting affected. All this. A person dies. What is death? The temporary separation from body is sleep. The same part which separates from the body when you sleep separates from the body, it is death. All this clearly they used to explain. We have not done that. We have to do now. We must be scientific. See, religious faith is good, but scientific way of going is another thing. To support it by our intelligence, faith must be always supported by reasoning also. That element we should not forget. Faith in God. In Chinese there is a proverb. Have faith in God, but tie the legs of the camel in the forest. If it walks away, you will be in desert. So that reasoning must be there along with the faith. We should not miss the faith, because that is the treasure which is going to lift us to the spiritual heights. At the same time, we must lead a life which accepts our logic and intelligence, reasoning. So this training has to be given by parents from the birth. Child, accept the world as it is. What can you give to the world you see? Evolve to your divinehood. Then the child blooms forth. The first day when the child weeps, if you take it in the arms, it uses that weeping as the one weapon. Whatever it wants, it will start weeping. You have to give, no other way. It is a weapon where the parents can come into the control. When you don't leave the child to there, and when it laughs and feels joy, take it, it understands. Parent will be happy only when I express my joys. From there the training begins. Child looks at one thing, immediately you must understand what is its in mind. Should I divert its attention? Should I train it not to go towards that? One mother was there in Chennai, India. I went to the elder brother's birthday. There were two twins, small children. They were preschool. And the elder was 6 years. His birthday I went, and they have to go run to the office, and children have to go to school. And I am there at 7 o'clock. They have to leave at 8 o'clock. They used to do batter once in a week for idli and keep in the fridge. Morning they'll put idli and sambar and keep for the children. Afternoon, same thing. So they used to call that idlis as the poor man's cake. Every day, same thing they have to eat, because no time for anybody. So I went there with the same batter. She put a dosa for me and kept idlis for all others, father and the 3 children. And I was sitting on a sofa with a teapot. The moment she put the dosa, choing sound it makes. The attention went, that oil smell. One of the small boys said, "Mom, I want one dosa." Mother had just kept one dosa and was going to the kitchen to bring the next. She looked at the boy, immediately got frightened. "Oh, I've done some mistake." She put out the stove and came to him. He started shivering. She said, "Why are you shivering? Why are you afraid? I'm your mother, I'm not angry. I want to ask you a question." He said, "What is that question?" He said, "Now you asked for dosa. Why did you ask for dosa? Dosa and idli give the same amount of nourishment and energy for you. Why did you ask for? Who is asking within you? She has explained everything, what is mind, what is senses. The child said, my tongue is demanding. What about your mind? Mind is going behind my senses. What happened to your intellect? Buddhi. His intellect has got deluded. How you explain? Now you want to win or your senses want to win? The child says, I want to win. Do you want those? No. When I came also you said, no, no. Now also you are saying, no, no. What is the difference? Then out of fear I said, no. Now out of knowledge I am telling no. How the mother has trained to control the senses and go beyond. We become day by day slave of our senses and mind. Whatever child demands, we give without giving them the right knowledge. Control yourself, my child. One day you will win yourself. The self-conquest is the most important thing. We can conquer the whole world. But can we conquer ourselves? That is when Alexander last died, he was terribly wounded. He went back to his country, left the body there. And when he was dying, last one person, it was pus formation throughout the body because of the wounds. He was made to lie down on a plantain leaf so that cloth will not stick. And he was covered with a white cloth. Whole body is covered because mosquitoes and flies will sit on the body. Last he says, oh, my friend who was there at the time of death, my death is nearing. Keep my hands out. He says, my Lord, what happened? Why are you asking to keep the hands out? He says, let the people know one who has conquered the world going empty-handed. I have conquered the world, I could not conquer myself. That conquest we need. If we understand the life, human life, significance of life, we will go in the right path. And that path is religion. That path, it is there we are born with. We are born with religion, we are born with divine, we are born with spirituality. That identity we have to retain and go ahead. Evolution, the plan of nature is evolution. Evolution from animalhood to divinehood, to manifest our inner divinity. It is hidden within. You have to make it manifest. And it is possible for everyone. A little attention is to be paid, and it has to be done without missing any part of the life. Be with family, not run away. Love them, serve them, attend to all your duties of life, and transcend and go. While going, you said, yes, I finished my task of having come to this world. I am free. I am not this body I have known. I am going. I am leaving the body and go. Before the body leaves you, you must leave the body and stay in that. That is life. And it is possible. Little attention without missing anything of the world. See, children go to school without missing anything. Within 20 years, they complete their education. Can't we complete our in 60 years of life? Old age, you must be free. Be a Jivan Mukta, an enlightened soul, and spread light to others. And it is possible irrespective of age and time. Last moments, still there is a time left over. I can realize God, you must say. Because it is yourself. To know is your birthright. To know yourself. All right, so far.
Yeah.